thing came up
After
stopped you from sailing anymore?
Trying to think. Oh, moving, living in New York. We lived in New York.
No, after the sailing, that was in the 80s.
Well, wait a minute. Something. I had the heart attacks, and that sort of cooled me down.
Yeah, that's right. I think that was that was the new thing.
Yeah, that was fun. The prostate cancer, that was fun too. Got to meet a lot of guys. Yeah, this guy that died, I had a cardiologist in Marin named Frank Jeffrey. Really nice guy.
At this Kaiser in
At
Marin?
Kaiser in Marin, yeah. And he talked me into my first PSA test. This was about 1992. Prostate and he called me up one night and he said, I had known what the figure should be, and talking to Bernie, because Bernie had it prior to that. So he called me up one night and he says, your PSA is 102. And I says, you mean it's 1.2?
Right.
And he says, no, it's 102.
Oh, wow. Was that the first PSA test you ever had?
Yeah. So then he says, I'm going to introduce you to Gary Nicolaisen, the urologist, and you should see him as soon as possible. So that was fun.
I remember that. We were living in Point Pleasant then. Remember that house?
Oh, sure. That was, yeah, that was, I like that.
It was a nice house. But I remember that distinctly.
Yeah.
So who knows how long it was that you had prostate problems, right? Because a little prostate was involved. It had been years. That's what I mean. If that was the first PSA test that you had, you don't know how long it was before that.
Yeah.
And then what was the treatment that you had?
Oh, then we opted for radiation at Marin General. Met up, what was the name of that guy?
Enjoyed that.
What was the name of that guy? At Marin? Torgo?
Dr. Torgo.
Yeah. And he was a lot of fun too.
So what are the options for treatment for that? It's radiation or the ectomy?
Or they are operating. Bernie was operated on. I'm glad I never did that.
And then he was incontinent for the rest of his life. Yeah, I have a friend who just had one of those. He was impotent. You're right. I think that's pretty much a given after that operation.
Not always.
No?
No,
the new surgeries that are there. No, I mean after the surgery, after the prostatectomy.
Oh yeah, that's almost a given, yeah.
Yeah. No, but I mean now they know how to avoid several surgeries. They do? It's better? Yeah, it's improved a lot. I don't know. My friend was talking about, well, not him, but his wife was saying that there's a pretty good chance of him being incontinent and.
Yeah. Well, Bernie had other problems too. That disease he had.
Nicolaisen said, but I would go into his office to discuss treatment. He said, you can either have surgery, so I don't think you're really a candidate for that. Bill said, well, what else? And he said, well, radiation. I think he gave him the choice of either surgery or radiation. And
he would have operated.
Daddy said,
I'm getting it so I can hear you. They think can hear your voice, and also look at your moles and the dark patches on your skin.
Dewlap.
Dewlap. But anyway, finish the story.
So the question was, what would you do? This was your father, or he's old enough to be the doctor's father. So I would say radiation. I would definitely advise my dad to get radiation. You say why? He said, I don't think you're really a candidate for surgery. Well, little I understand about it from my friend, you have to take each case really individually and look at the person's age, the state of their disease, you know, their PSA numbers and all that stuff. And then even then, it's not a straightforward decision. So,
No, and you know what they
I'm not
told
even
him?
sure why he was the one who elected for prostatectomy. Is that what you call it?
Yeah.
That way,
Prostate.
you're, they just remove all the cancer.
Yeah, and, you know, I think it was just a relief to him to know that it was completely
Well,
gone.
if you're lucky, there's always these microscopic cells that can escape.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, they did a test on him, and I guess he was convinced that,
Well, this doctor said, so we made this guy who's a radiologist who was going to, administer the radiation. And so we're conferring with him, and Daddy said, what are the chances of this being cured? And the guy says, well, we don't even talk about a cure when it comes to these sort of things. He said, if you're lucky, considering various things, you have 30% chance of recovering from this. And he said, on the other hand, wait a minute, there's some variables I didn't even consider. I would say 15. When he said that, my heart dropped.
who said that? The
The
radiologist?
radiologist.
It just goes to show you.
This guy was really, I just knew by the way he talked, the way he explained the whole thing, that he was really competent.
Yeah.
He was about 5'2" or something. He had these little tan hands. He was Filipino or something. And
That I don't
that guy, he's just it's very, very precisely. You have to pinpoint precise areas. So anyway, Daddy went to Marin General, which is a beautiful little cancer
That
center.
was fun. Very nice place.
He had a
And
great
the women,
time.
yeah, the women, see, they would play classical music, and they would let me guess what it is. And,
And
I
they
came
get
pretty
ready.
close.
So, what are you
most
getting?
of the
Wait,
time.
we've got it all set up for you, Bill. And I guess they call it
Oh, here comes the good
Chicken
stuff.
schnitzel with rice. Pesto with red cabbage. There you go. Would you like some ketchup?
Yeah, that would be nice.
You got it.
Thanks.
Ooh, this red cabbage looks good.
Let's eat. I'm gonna quit
You're not gonna film
while
us